It is Monday, May 4th, 2026. This is another edition of Baseball Today presented to you by T-Mobile. That is my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose, producer Dan along for the ride as well. Hope everybody had a wonderful baseball, sporting, or whatever you did weekend, including my comrade over here. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Some tough news out of Twins camp, so I'm dealing with that a little bit. But other than that, Chris got to watch a lot of baseball, Major League style, and also 10 and under baseball as Teddy had a
Oh,
tournament. So just doing my job, promoting the game through and through.
that
How was
away.
Vegas?
Vegas was fun. Finished up BattleBots. That'll be out in another month or so on the BattleBots YouTube channel. So a little bit different. Way we shot things, way we did things. Fun. Very fun. So that was good. The twin stuff, that Joe Ryan's not official, is it?
So I've put the text out, haven't heard anything back yet.
Okay.
But anytime someone's calling and it's got an elbow, it's
Yeah, it's
it's
not good.
tough because that's been like the one thing that's kind of kept them in is like they've had some good starting pitching this year, and
Yeah,
obviously Joe Ryan's part of that. That'd be a big loss.
huge. Well, hopefully we don't have to talk about much of it on Tuesday's show, but we will keep everybody up to date as we always do here on Baseball Today. Unfortunately, on this Monday, we start with some sad news. Is that John Sterling passed away at the age of 87. Obviously best known for his remarkable several-decade run behind the microphone for the New York Yankees when they were winning all those titles in the mid to late 90s and then in 2000 as well, in 2009. And he was there for virtually every huge call. I mean, he was behind the microphone for more than 5,000 consecutive games, which is just something that's hard to wrap your head around. As I said, he passed away at the age of 87 because of a heart condition. Here is one of his more memorable calls from the 90s.
Myers deals, swung on and driven to deep left. It is high, it is far, and it's gone. Yankees win. The Yankees win. Bernie Williams homers deep in the left field seats to lead off the 11th inning on a 1-1 pitch. And the Yankees beat the Orioles 5-4 to win Game 1 of the American League Championship Series. Burn, baby, burn.
That Burn Baby Burn was the first of many nicknames that he created. And some you would sit there and roll your eyes at, and others you'd go, boy, those were pretty good. But Trev, we've talked about how important radio voices are in this sport, being the soundtrack of a childhood, a summertime, being in the car, on the move, or just turning down whatever you're listening to on your TV so you could feel part of a team broadcast. And I thought that John Sterling really epitomized that.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a couple guys, and I would do this if you haven't. I listened to a few games on the radio
Hmm.
without the TV going as well, just kind of get that experience. It's different. And I think that I don't know, there's just something nostalgic about it. So if
Totally.
you haven't done that, give your local radio broadcast a chance. I mean, John Sterling, one of the best to do it. You mentioned all like the nicknames and the Homer stuff. He just was like unapologetically himself.
Hmm.
I told Chris or I told Jake that like he had his own way of doing things, and you mentioned 5,060 consecutive games in the booth. There's generations that grew up, and this is the voice of the Yankees
Right.
for them. They're always associate Yankees baseball with John Sterling. So as sad as it is to lose him, there's a lot to kind of celebrate around what he brought to the game of baseball, and particularly the Yankees.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think that the Yankees win is something obviously New York fans absolutely love. And everybody else was like, oh my gosh, we have to hear that again. But that is the beauty of it all, right?
Well,
Is that,
that now because of David Ortiz and Vladdy, like
right?
that's gonna live on forever on the other side too. Like it's just that legendary of a call that
Great call.
there is the victory cry of it, and then there's the defeat cry, and it's like one and the same. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, thanks for being such a big part of the baseball tapestry for decades, John Sterling. He will be missed. There's no question about it. We continue on with the games, and one of the hottest teams in the American League, I cannot believe I'm saying this 5+ weeks into the season, it's the Chicago White Sox. Yes, they had their 5-game winning streak snapped Sunday in San Diego. But boy, they were cooking before that.
3-2. This ball is drilled. Back it goes. Murakami has the power. He now leads Major League Baseball by himself. Lucky number 13 on the season.
Aaron Judge did eventually tie him at that mark, but take a look at the standings. They're only 1.5 back of Cleveland and Detroit in the Central. Now, we thought Chicago might be a little more fun to watch this year, that had some guys in the lineup who were like, oh, okay, could be interesting. Do we need to pay attention to them in the standings moving forward?
I think we do. You got to pay attention to them because the way they're winning games is also fun. You talk about the homers. Kind of just did this a little bit with Jake. You know, they're scoring runs in different ways as well in that San Diego series. Benintendi's laying down bunts. Tristan Peters laying down bunts. They're playing small ball to go along with these guys like Colson Montgomery, Murakami, and Miguel Vargas hitting homers. So they're having an offense that can do a little bit of everything. And really, I think the biggest storyline for them should be their starting pitching and what like Sean Burke has brought. Noah Schultz has been great. Davis Martin has been great. Like they've found some pitching, which I don't think most people gave them credit for going into the season. And I did say this, bringing in Sir Anthony Dominguez looked weird for them because, like we didn't expect them to win a lot of games. Like, why are you bringing in a late leverage guy and paying him this money if you don't really expect to be in it? I said, you want to be able to end games and win games when you have the lead, because that just breeds like a winning mentality for your organization. If you're constantly giving up games to the back end, there's no worse feeling and just like sets a weird tone. So, we got a guy like that at the end of the games. He got 8 saves already. Like, it's just, are they going to be in it towards the end? I don't know, Chris. I don't know if I'm ready to give them that yet. But we said it going into the season. They're going to be some games where they're a lot of fun to watch, and they've proved that early on in the season.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no. I mean, look, it will shock me if they finish anything other than 4th or 5th in that division. But that doesn't mean that they can't make tremendous strides. You mentioned all the pitching. Let's consider where they've been. Their opening day starter is in the minor leagues, right? After 3 starts or whatever, he was demoted to the minor leagues. Kyle Teal, who's supposed to be their burgeoning star behind the plate, has not played yet. He got hurt in the World Baseball Classic. Hopefully we'll see him soon. Their most counted on reliever in terms of innings, I think he's a guy who led all relievers in innings a year ago, done for the year. So they've had some stuff that's gone against them, and they still have played well. Now, we know that the division is crappy, at least through 5 weeks. It just hasn't been very good. Detroit has not played good ball. Kansas City, although it just got a sweep in Seattle and has played better the last week, has still been below average, and my Guardians are whatever they are. And then your Twins are going to be at the bottom of the division with the White Sox. Sorry, I just don't feel that good about them. My point is that it's not a great division, and we understand that. But I think that at least 1 or 2 of these teams are going to get their you-know-what together. And eventually Chicago, I would be surprised if they even finish within 10 games of whomever finishes first in the division. But that's not a shot at them. They have a long, long way to go. They have played exceptionally well for what they are. The fans on the South Side should be proud of where they've been. But I'll be completely shocked if in September we're even mentioning them.
Shout out Drew Romo for hitting some homers. Mentioned Kyle Teal, but Drew Romo's kind of done that. I just looked his Baseball Reference page up. He's from Fountain Valley. At least was born there. I was just playing ball with Teddy yesterday in Fountain Valley. Really nice park there. Then he went to the Woodlands High School in Texas. A lot of people
outside of Houston.
A lot of people. Kyle Drabeck came up.
Yep.
Brett Eibner, but then here's some names you definitely know. Paul Goldschmidt and also Jamison Tyone from that school.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. Yeah, you mentioned all these guys. Davis Martin, sub-2 ERA. Burke, sub-3. Eric Fetty, welcome back. 3.24. Schultz, unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to watch him. It just hasn't lined up with my viewing in baseball lately. I really got to sit down and watch him because I was fascinated. I think he came over in the Was he the draft pick or was he the trade from the Marlins? Look him up,
I'm going to look it
please.
up right now.
I forget if one. There's one lefty that was the.
Missed it. He got drafted.
He did get drafted. He was a first-round pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm getting him confused with somebody else in their system. So, yeah, Montgomery's been great, 830 OPS. Vargas, I think, can hit you 22 to 25 homers. Good for him that he's getting, a full-time shot here. Good. Fun. I don't think White Sox fans will be upset with the way that we've looked at this, but
they might be upset you said 10 games out already. They're feeling
all right,
like
I'll
they're
change
playing
it.
better ball than that.
8 to 10 games out.
Who's running the way with this division?
I still think the Tigers can. You don't? You don't?
I don't know.
Dude, I'm going to have to bring this up. Hold on.
What about the Guardians? I hate that you do that. It's one of the things I love you in 99% of your life. The 1% I hate is how down you are on the Guardians. And it's wrong. You just do it to piss me off.
Anyway, I'll move on. Last year, the White Sox finished 28 games back. The year before, 51 and a half.
Sheesh.
You think I'm being mean when I say 10?
51 and a half.
You think I'm being mean if I say 10? They might throw a freaking parade for the team if they only finish 10 games back after what they've gone through the last
I'm just trying to
years.
spread some love to the South
Okay.
side.
I'm going to spread some news about Amazon. They're one of the sponsors of today's show. When life throws you a curveball, Amazon's everyday low prices on essentials helps you save the everyday. Amazon has everything you need whenever you need it. Planned purchases, unexpected moments. They got everything in one place. Saves you time and money so you can focus on what matters most. For me, for Trev, that is preparing, watching baseball so we can deliver great products like Baseball Today, Talking Baseball, Dugout Discussions. For you, it's catching your favorite team, catching up on your fantasy squad, watching your favorite players take swings or throw the ball. From tech to clothing to daily needs, anything else you need to prepare for the start of this baseball season, Amazon has everything you need, all in one convenient place, and can deliver to you anytime, anywhere. Whether it's routine shopping or handling life's curveballs, shop Amazon, save on essentials, and save the every day. Sounds like Carlos Mendoza's job is saved. That's according to Anthony DeComo of MLB.com, who reported that David Stearns told him, my manager's safe. He's not following Cora and Thompson out the managerial revolving door. First of all, do you believe Stearns? And if so, will that help settle things down with the Mets?
I want to believe Stearns. We've actually seen this play out before where guys get a vote of confidence and then they get axed, I don't know, a month later. So, I'm not, taking this to the grave, essentially. And will it settle things down? I think it will for Mendoza a little bit to start. He'll feel a little bit better. But as far as, game-to-game stuff for the Mets, I don't think it matters whatsoever. I mean, maybe you see it as sort of a vote of confidence for the team as well, if you take it that way. But overall, no, they just need to play better and start winning baseball games. I mean, that's it. I don't think it matters to the team whatsoever.
I think that I believe Stearns until the owner walks into his office and says he's got to go.
Yeah.
He's got to go. So while, yes, in the beginning of May, it sounds great, and maybe Carlos Mendoza can a little bit of a sigh of relief, that could change in the next month.
Yeah, if we get another, I think we're going to talk about a situation that came about in this series against the Angels. If more stuff like that happens where that is on the manager, even though Carlos Mendoza, I guess we'll get into it, he missed a challenge. And I know there's a guy.
Here it is.
For that.
Yeah, let's do it. We're here. It's the one game they ended up losing out in Anaheim against the Angels. It was a first inning play, but ended up being pretty big, right? Adele with a base hit. Soler was on first. Shanwell was on second. So Shanwell's trying to score. Soler gets thrown out at third to end the inning. And if you look at it, he gets tagged before Shanwell's foot hits the plate. So the run should not have counted, but the Mets would have had to challenge. They did not. Here's the manager explaining.
He missed it. We called, obviously, and he missed it. Harrison is one of the best at his job, and obviously ends up being a big play when you lose by 1 run. But I also think that we have chances there, and we couldn't cash in.
So now we know some dude named Harrison is running the replay for the Mets. I was surprised he kind of called him out.
Yeah, I didn't like that. So it should have been a we missed it, not a he missed it.
Right.
Like that, you can't do that. It's a team game. You preach it all the time, pick each other up. Like I get accountability. I think everyone understands there's somebody like Mendoza's not. There's no screens there. Like you're relying on your guy in there, but it's a we missed it type of situation. I didn't like the way he worded that whatsoever. It's a tough look. Just a tough look for them. Like it just is. And should it fall on Mendoza? Probably not. But again, it does. Like you're the manager, so like you have to take these lumps. And again, I didn't like the way he worded it. But mainly, if you just kind of go to this Mets team, I mean, think about all the changes that they overwent in the offseason. The guys they brought in to help this offense they just haven't done it. Marcus Semien, 544 OPS. Bo Bichette, 601 OPS. Carson Bench, who, was supposed to be a little bit of a spark plug, 533. Luis Robert, who's on the IL now, 656. Jorge Polanco on the IL now, 532. It has not worked. It has not worked in New York at all. So, whatever. Stearns can say Mendoza's safe, but you're totally right. If our guy Steve Cohen goes in there and wants him out, I mean, he's out.
Speaking out, I'm out. I am putting this is for me. I am speaking loudly to myself as the person who creates most of the topics for the show. We are not going to talk about the Mets unless they get on a 10-game winning streak. We're not going to talk about the Mets unless somebody gets severely injured, and I certainly hope we don't go down that route. We are not going to talk about the Mets unless they fire their manager. We are not going to talk about the Mets unless they set some sort of huge milestone where we're going to give them a tip of the cap or something. I am done talking about this team. I have spent too much negative national energy on a squad that obviously has gone down the wrong path. All right. I know that it was a cute little story 2 years ago when on May 29th, I declared them DOA, and they went on this remarkable run. And I heard from all you Mets fans in my mentions about, thank you very much. Would you like to say that we'll never win anything? That way we'll go win the World Series. Well, this time it's on you. It's on you, New York Mets. I have had enough. I am sick of talking about you. I am embarrassed that I continue to put them in the show. We will no longer do it. The next time I'll talk is in the off season, probably, when you make some sort of other ridiculous move to try and help your team. Because I'm done with them. We will be done with them as a show unless something catastrophic happens. Can we make that agreement?
Yes. I mean, I'm in. What is there to talk about?
There's nothing. I'm trying to convince myself. I was sickened when I wrote them as the second topic here today.
The offense is so bad. It's so bad.
Go look at some of the outfields they're trotting out there. It's terrible. It's terrible. Wasn't that bad in the 70s when they stunk?
Phillies fans are like, hold on. Have you seen what we're throwing out there?
It's incredible. It really is. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Am I being too harsh on this team?
No, you're not, Chris. You're not. You're not at all.
I don't think so either. You can let us know why or why not. But I've had enough. You know what I'd rather talk about? Shady Rays. Yeah, they're back. They're built for real sports fans. No more squinting through the sun when you're trying to track a fly ball when you already have sunglasses on. Shady Rays polarized lens lets you track a fly ball, read the scoreboard, see that the ump blew the last out call at the plate. They're lightweight frames. They won't slip when you're at the ballpark or on the golf course or watching the game outside on the patio. Here's the best part. With Shady Rays lost and broken protection, if you lose or break them, even right after you get them, Shady Rays replaces them. There's no drama. There's no stress. There's no replacement guilt. Just a brand new pair headed your way. From the first pitch to the final out, don't let the sun mess with your game. Now, we've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head on over to shadyrays.com. Use the code baseball50. You are going to get 50% off 2 or more polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by more than 300,000 satisfied customers. Your eyes will thank us. Giants fans might want to get a pair or 2 pair Shady Rays because they don't like what they're seeing. If it wasn't for the Mets, the Giants would have the worst record in all of baseball. They went 0 for 6 on a road trip through Philly and Tampa. And as if it couldn't get worse, they scored a whopping 9 runs, rookie manager.
You know, confidence is a choice, but it's not an easy choice. And a lot of times it's dictated by results and outcomes. And we literally had nothing to show for the road trip. You end the day searching for any positives. I mean, at the very end of the game, it's good for Caleb to be out there with the game on the line, but we come up short for a variety of reasons, and that was the theme of the trip.
He's talking about Caleb Killian, who was on the mound when they lost in extras against the Rays. But is all hope lost in San Francisco for the year?
I mean, it's so tough to talk about this team because every time I look at this roster, they should just be so much better. They should be hitting the ball. They have. I mean, the only saving grace for the Mets is that the Giants' offense is worse than theirs. And you mentioned them covering up the stink. It's just I don't understand how these guys are hitting like this. I don't. I mean, look, I know the game's difficult. I get it, but guys here, these are guys by and large that have track records of offensive production, and it just is not showing up whatsoever. I mean, Devers is one of the worst players in baseball right now. Negative 0.9 B-WAR for Rafael Devers. He's got a 562 OPS. This, for a while, we considered him one of the best pure hitters in the game. And what's he doing here? Absolutely nothing. Willie Adames, 582 OPS. Matt Chapman, 655. You can't find a good one. Casey Schmidt, about the only good OPS on that team right now. And it's a constant struggle for them. They can throw the ball all right. Starters have been okay. Bullpen's been okay. But they're just not scoring any runs at all, Chris. And I don't know how you fix it because these guys, they're bringing Bryce Eldridge up. Great. Maybe you should have done it at the beginning of the year, but I don't expect him to come and save this team. Maybe it'll spark something, but the guys that are in the lineup now are the guys that are going to have to do it. They just have to turn their seasons around, and it's getting late early for them.
There's 7 games, I believe, out of the last wild card spot at this point. I'm not going to call it on their season,
okay,
but I am really, really close. They are dead last in homers with 19. But here's the good news. They make up for it because they're the only team in baseball without double-digit steals. They've only got 9 of those, too. So they can't trot around the bases, and when they have to sprint, they can't do that either. It is horrific. At least they're only 29th in OPS, I think. I looked at some of their numbers. You mentioned Adames, Devers, well below a 600 OPS. Chapman wallowing around 650. And then I looked and I said, man, one of their prize free agents, Harrison Bader's hitting 338. Then I realized that was his OPS. What the hell is going on? These are veteran proven players. So don't give me the whole back of the baseball card shtick cliche stuff. Start doing it in part for your rookie manager. We knew there were going to be growing pains with him. And by all accounts, I haven't watched every inning of Giants baseball, but when you follow people who follow their games on a daily basis, and they say that last week's series in Philadelphia was some of the worst baseball they've seen in decades, you know that that's part of the growing process for a rookie manager. And maybe the gap between college baseball and pro baseball, and particularly the major league level, was way wider than some of us anticipated. I can tell you this. I am rooting hard for Tony Vitello. I think he is great for this game. I want him to be successful. But part of that is that established stars who are earning hundreds of millions of dollars on the length of their contract have to look and say, hey, Skip, we'll be there for you. We'll be there while you're learning how to do this at the major league level. Well, these guys look like they're learning at the major league level instead. That's a problem.
Yeah, and there are times where I feel like this team has a bunch of veteran leaders, and I'm like, okay, they got a good clubhouse thing going. You
Right.
watch them in the dugout, and like they're having fun. But then I'm also like, well, like who really is the leader of this team? Like who really
Oh,
is? Like Devers is not it.
no, but Willie Adames has always
He
been a
could
guy
he
that a
could be the he
galvanizer.
could be the guy. He could be the
Always.
guy. But whatever it is, look, as you know, I've had my fun with Tony Vitello. This ain't on him. You got to hit. If you don't
Right.
score runs, you can't win. You can't win baseball games. That's the bottom line. They're
Yeah.
27th in OPS with runners in scoring position. Like that's just all these things add up, man. And you run into I don't know. Uh, the bottom line is they got to figure out some way to get Devers and Adames going. Like
Yeah.
that's it, or else the season is lost.
So the Giants are 13-21, which is just god awful. If you took the best manager in baseball, and I don't care who you think it is, it could be Terry
Sean
Francona.
Kelly.
I don't care who you say it is, and you put him in this dugout. What are they? 16-18 at best, maybe. But it's just been such an ugly look to go through an entire road trip and score 9 runs through multiple cities.
Yeah, it's facing a
And
red hot Rays team. They got outplayed in that series.
they didn't hit a home run, although Elliot Ramos might disagree with you.
Yeah.
So the Bryce Eldridge thing, I know he's a monster of a man. So it'll be fun to see another huge guy in a batter's box. He's a beast. And yeah, he'll be able to perhaps not solve their home run woes, but at least help them out a little bit. Here's the thing. His whiff rate, I think, is going to end up being higher than San Francisco's win rate right now. He strikes out a ton in the minor leagues, like almost 40% of the time. What's going to happen when he can face guys that'll truly dice him up?
I just don't know what turns this Giants season around other than the guys just hitting.
Yeah. All right. Do they get to 500 this year? They get to 81 wins?
No.
I don't think so either.
No, that's been a high point for them over the previous seasons, like 81 wins. It just doesn't look like it. Again, like unless Devers just goes on an absolute tear, maybe he needs a couple mental days, Tony Vitello. I don't know what, but you got to get your big guy going. Find a way.
Yeah, and remember all these years where they have been turned down by some of the best position player superstar free agents because the contract situations just haven't lined up for whatever reasons. They went and traded for a $300 million ball player. And we were like, awesome. Go get it. Go do it. We were both on board and should have been.
Absolutely.
We've called him a top 10 hitter when he's going right. And it has gone wrong. He's talked to the media one time in a month or something. I think they need like a fun weekend away. They should forfeit a game and just go to Vegas. Go tear it up for 24 hours.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Vitello's got to tell him to do something.
Wouldn't that be great if a team could just forfeit a game, just say, fuck it, we're hopping on a team flight. Devers say, screw it, I'm going to pay for a private jet. We're going to roll. It's on me, boys. Let's go.
I think you can if you want. I don't know what you'd face from Major League Baseball, but
sort of repercussions. Just tell them they were looking at how the new construction was going for the A's stadium.
I don't know.
Be fun. How would you respond if your team leaders were like, guys, we just hit the shitter. Fine, we'll do it on a day off. Somebody's like, we're hopping to Vegas. We're going for 24 hours.
Hell, I'd be like, hell yeah. We need this. We need something. Might as well try it.
I think I'm onto something. I think our flight, Bay Area. Let's do it.
How about just go a couple bottles of red up there in Napa. Just like go have a night. Yeah, nice meal.
God almighty, you're thinking like an old man. You sound like me. We need to go.
No, okay.
Yes.
I'm not look.
I'm scheduling it right
Vegas
now. Here we go.
For everybody, okay?
Here we go. Day game this Wednesday against San Diego at home. We're not back in action till Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
Home against Pittsburgh. Guess where we're going? If it doesn't get better, if you do not win this series against San Diego, Giants, I don't care who pays for it. You got a lot of rich guys. You go get a PJ Go to Vegas. You'll be back by Friday morning. That's it. I'm in. I think I've solved their woes.
Leave Tony Vitello at home. I don't want him getting in trouble in Vegas. I feel like he'd be getting in trouble.
Coaches and managers are out. No. This is a boys' trip. Players, all 26.
Is it the Mendoza brothers? Is that what's going on here with Giants and Angels?
Wow. That's tough. Yankees won the first 3 of their series against the O's. It'll conclude with a wraparound on Monday night, so they remain atop the AL standings. But perhaps the bigger news is that Anthony Volpe will not rejoin the team. Remember, he had surgery in the offseason. He had his rehab stint. He is cleared through that, so they had to activate him and then send him back down to the minors. I don't think it's 100% official, but Aaron Boone was asked about the possibility on Saturday of Volpe, once his rehab stint was done on Sunday, of joining the team. And here's what Boone said after Saturday's game.
One, Caballero's playing the heck out of the position and playing really well, so that complicates it. So just deciding, what's the role that exists right away. Those are things we got to continue to work through.
By the way, I did not know that Aaron Boone owned a uniform. I thought he just owned 7 different hoodies to wear during the week.
That is true. I feel like you never really see it. He's got the mock turtleneck going there. Okay.
It looked like something he might have bought in the team store on the way. It didn't, it's weird seeing him in a uniform. I'm surprised. I have to go back and look at his playing clips.
Yeah, I wonder how many managers wear uniforms. If you had to guess right now, over under 50%, you're going under, right?
You're supposed to wear the uniform.
Yeah, but nobody does.
I bet you there's some young guys who wear sweatshirts during games that do wear the uniform under there. I think they're worried about. It's a great call.
Yeah, we'd have to do some research. Maybe by tomorrow's show we'll have that answer.
It's pretty good. All right, so let's get to the non-decision by the Yankees, I guess, to bring Volpe up. You shocked after they have protected him for years?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing shocking about this is the way they treated him in the past, where it felt like they thought they were going to ruin his career by sending him to AAA, whether it's to work on, something defensively or something offensively. But that is just like what happens in baseball. So like it shouldn't be a shock to anybody. Coming off an injury, the guy playing your position now, like Boone said, is doing a good job. The Yankees are rolling. So like the opportunity to come back and just be the shortstop isn't really there, but you still consider him a starting shortstop in the big league. So he needs to get reps and like he needs to continue to work on his offense. And like he's able to do that at AAA in a stress-free environment. So if I'm Anthony Volpe, I tell everyone this to get sent down, it's fine. Like you have to have perspective on it. It feels like a slight in the moment and you feel like you're letting everybody down and it's a bad thing, but everybody goes through it. You have to understand that. So go down, use the time to get better. Tell yourself this is going to be the only time that happens to me. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to be so damn good that they're never going to be able to send me down again. And he's got to work on stuff. Offensively, he's got to be better. So, like, take this time and do it. I don't think it should be viewed as a big deal. The only thing that's making it like that is how they've treated him in the past.
Well, how about this? The guy who's playing shortstop right now is a better baseball player and gives the team something different. Number one, he catches the baseball. Apparently, Aaron Boone, according to The Athletic, his favorite defensive metric is defensive runs saved. Now, you could sit here and argue in the comments whether you think that's justifiable, but that's his favorite one, according to the column. Caballero has 7 defensive runs saved. We're 5+ weeks into the season. That's pretty damn good. You know what else he's got? Stolen bases, 12 of them. So he continues to add a different dynamic there. Does Volpe have the pop? Yes, he does. But guess what? I pay Aaron Judge. I will pay Cody Bellinger. I will pay Giancarlo Stanton, and I will watch Ben Rice. They can go hit homers. Caballero, you catch the ball, you run the bases, you give us a different feel, a different element, and that's all it's about. The Yankees haven't won shit for over 15 years. They need to do that. They don't need to appease somebody's ego and say, That's not what they do. It's not, at least it shouldn't be what they do, and not just his ego. He was a first-round pick. Somebody in that organization believed in him, right? And so we want to make sure that we did right. He's our guy. He's our next crowning shortstop. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, folks.
It doesn't. And again, it's like it shouldn't be looked at as like, oh my gosh, you see what they did to Volpe. It's like, no, that's just part of the game, man. And Volpe's had it great. I just looked at his page. He's played on 3 different USA teams. This guy's been a guy since he was little. Okay. It's not all going to be roses, man. Like, you're going to have to struggle. You're going to struggle, and you're going to have to pay some dues in this game. And that's what he's doing right now. That's it. Like, he's going to be in the big leagues again.
Okay. 2 other things about this, and then we'll move on. From The Athletic, of the 118 players with at least 1,500 plate appearances since Volpe debuted in 2023, he has the worst on-base percentage, the second worst batting average, the third worst OPS, fourth worst weighted runs created plus, and 7th worst slugging percentage. Where in that line, statistical line, does it say he should be promoted and should be the starting shortstop? Nowhere. The other thing to keep your eye on is if he stays in the minors 20 days, Volpe loses a year of service time.
Oh.
His free agency will get pushed from 2028 to 2029. That's just, it's not why they're doing it necessarily.
20 days, huh? Because he's getting service time this whole time right now.
Yes, but he is no longer on an injury.
Yeah, he's
rehab
so he's down there. So it's only 20
healthy.
days?
That's what it says.
Wow.
So that's kind of the fascinating individual side of this whole thing. What do you think? What do you think of the decision? Are you shocked that New York has kind of taken this tact after years of protecting him? Aaron Boone several times a week talking about he's our best option. We believe in him. He's a great defender, all that stuff. And now we're going some other direction. What do you think about that? Leave it in the comments for us. This episode, Baseball Today, is sponsored by BetterHelp. Now, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I think it's worth taking a second to actually check in with yourself. Like, where are you right now? Because honestly, life can get overwhelming. There are things that keep you up at night, stuff you're always trying to figure out. It's easy to feel like you don't just are able to push through on your own, but nobody has all the answers by yourself. You really don't have to navigate any of it by yourself, and that's what therapy is for. Having somebody genuinely in your corner can make a real difference, and BetterHelp makes it easy to find that person. They do the matching for you with over 30,000 licensed therapists and more than 6 million people served. Now, if your first match isn't the perfect fit, don't worry. You can switch at any time. It's so important to find that perfect match. And you don't have to be on this journey alone. Find support. Have someone with you in therapy. Sign up. Get 10% off at betterhelp.com/baseball today. That is betterhelp.com/baseball today. We wish you well on your journey. All right, let's do some quick hitters. The Atlanta Braves continue their winning ways. They swept the Rockies, but Ronald Acuna ends up on the injured list yet again, this time with a bad hammy, grade 1 strain. What's more important? Braves being off to their best 35-game start since 1892 as a franchise, or that the former MVP is hurt yet again?
That they're off to a great start. Hamstring strain, he'll be okay. I mean, nothing super structural there. He hasn't really got it going this year. It's been the rest of the lineup and everything else they're doing as a team. They look complete. There's probably like 3 or 4 teams that you can say are a complete team in the big leagues right now. The Braves are one of them. So yeah, I mean, sucks to have him out, but he'll be back within a couple weeks and he'll be okay. So it's got to be the start. I mean, I feel like we're not talking enough about the Braves and what they've done because we kind of have reverted back to like, oh yeah, this is who they are. They are that good of a team. They've loaded this roster up and everyone is kind of contributing right now and they look great.
Yeah, I mean, he's got over 700 OPS, kind of mid-sevens. We're talking about Acuna. I think he did reach base safely in 23 straight games before the injury. So at least that part of his game seemed to be readily improving, but he's not putting up those MVP-type numbers. I mean, look at the rest of the lineup, right?
It's
Michael
crazy.
Harris has zoomed it the last 3 to 4 weeks. Matt Olson has been phenomenal this year. Drake Baldwin has been incredible. Ozzie Albies has been great. The pitching staff, even with all those injuries at the beginning of the season, has been great as well. So that is the story. Plus the team that, let's remember, the Braves have moved all over the place, right? Do you know what they were in 1892? Do you know what team they were?
Ooh, okay. Not Boston, not Milwaukee. Who were the Braves in 1892? I have no idea.
So you passed over it. It was Boston. They were not the Braves. They were the Boston Bean Eaters.
Okay, I knew that.
The Boston Bean Eaters.
I love beans. I freaking love, like, I am a beans guy.
Give me your top 3 beans. Go.
Well, I like Dominican beans.
Okay.
And shout out Chef Mac, who learned the recipe from Nelson Cruz's family. Unbelievable. I'll go a good bean dip, like a refried bean dip, is phenomenal. And then I'll go garbanzo beans that make a salad great, and you can also turn those into hummus. I'm just a bean guy. I don't even know garbanzo beans are actually beans. They call them beans.
Is that 2, or did you give me 3?
I can keep going if you want.
Well, I will
love
say,
baked beans too. Barbecue baked beans, when you have your meat dripping the fat renderings into the beans on the bottom of your smoker. Yeah, in.
Yeah.
Chili. I'm a beans in my chili guy. Don't get me started on beans.
Wow. I think I nailed it.
You know who hates beans and won't even eat them, and I make him do it all the time, is Jimmy Clausen.
True, huh? Who knew?
Yeah.
Michelle makes great baked beans. I adore them. I could, in fact, she puts them in this casserole dish that we have, and she's like, I made too many beans. I'm like, no, you didn't. I am a leftover king. I love leftovers. In fact, I'd rather eat the leftovers. I'll pass on the first meal just so I can get it the second time around as a leftover.
Okay. I could, some things are better the second day, that all the flavors kind of combined. I'm in on that.
Yeah.
But you and I are bean guys, huh? All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Heck
I am. And I don't mind ripping them afterward too, if that'll help me clean it out. Speaking of the Braves, by the way, Jonah Heim, the catcher for Atlanta, out in Colorado, had to chase down a pitch. It hit off his mitt. He had to go get it. Afterward, he tapped his head to try and say, hey, I want to challenge that call. And Bill Miller would not let him do it because it took him more than 2 seconds to go get the ball. Is that fair, or is that kind of BS on Miller?
I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid because a lot of times you don't know what they call. You might not hear what they call. He's going to get the ball. I don't know. That's umpire discretion, I believe, is the ruling there. And Bill Miller, I mean, look, doesn't surprise me that Bill Miller didn't let him have that one. I like Bill. I've had some fun times with the guy. He'll shoot you straight, but that's about as old school of an umpire as you're going to get right there.
Yeah, that's kind of what kind of move it is. Like, we have to have some feel here. Ball went off his mitt. I don't know. Well, Jonah Heim doesn't care. He knocked in 5 runs, and he was feeling fine. So that's good. All right. Let's see here. I got all my pages screwed up. Oh, here we go. The Reds and the Pirates. Interesting series. Pittsburgh took care of business. They swept it. But on Saturday, this was really weird. Chris Davinsky, veteran reliever who's kicked around the league for years, in kind of a blowout, Sal Stewart of the Reds steps in, and then he calls time, right? Okay, no problem. Davinsky, I don't know if he was pissed or whatever. Sal Stewart steps in. Let's just keep going. It's a blowout at this point. It's 15-6. Right in the rib cage. Sal's like, what the hell are you doing? So the rookie afterward gave his side of the story.
I really don't know what happened. I mean, no one wants to get hurt, and literally I have no clue.
Do you have any clue?
I don't really, because not only does he step up, throw right at him, but he walks towards him as well. I mean, that's very telling, and like the body language after situations like this. So he just, I don't know, man, trying to set a tone for later in the season, I guess. I don't really understand. Game's out of hand, so he doesn't care what happens. That was a weird. I mean, he gets thrown out of the game with like no warning, so that was something.
Do you think he'll get suspended?
If you get thrown out of the game for throwing at somebody and there's been no prior warnings, you're probably going to get suspended, I'd assume. Yeah.
It probably should be. It was such a weird thing. I mean, I didn't think Sal Stewart did it. I don't get it. It's a head shaker to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like maybe in years past, you chalk it up to being like Sal Stewart being an electric rookie and some old veteran not liking it, because that's definitely like been a thing. Chris, it's been a thing. You know that.
That's so stupid.
Bryce Harper got hit in his first at bat, didn't he?
Well, that was the Cole Hamels hitting him, welcoming him to. And
I mean,
Cole
we look back on that. It's maybe the dumbest thing that's ever happened in the sport of baseball.
Dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Davinci. I don't think talked after the game. I was looking for some quotes. I didn't see.
Yeah,
him.
I didn't see him either.
He's a local guy. I went to Gar High School.
Well,
what's up, man? Be California chill.
We do have maybe if somebody can leave a comment in there if you saw Davinsky, help us out. Be our internet sleuths here, because we were looking for it, we couldn't find it. Let us know if you see anything. I don't know. We did have relievers talking for the Kansas City Royals in their sweep of Seattle. Lucas Erceg and Daniel Lynch, they interview winners on the field afterward on Royals TV. So once again, Erceg is first, and then Lynch.
Sorry if I'm stuttering. My adrenaline is through the freaking roof right now, and I fucking love this shit.
Swap, sorry, pardon me. Sorry about that,
oh
guys.
My.
All right.
It's amazing. So happy for Chris. Like, incredible human being. Works his ass off. He really cares. He's just stayed the same guy.
Okay, so the first one is obviously a little more earth-shaking. You hadn't seen the Erceg one?
I had not seen that.
Oh, that's hilarious. I've watched it like 100 times and laughed every time because everybody they pucker up. Oh my God, he said, fucking, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to all the people that are listening? Are their ears going to burn off? Stop it. Stuff doesn't happen. I want to know, do you think that the relievers have a little shtick going right now where they say, if we get interviewed afterward, somebody has to say something bad every time?
Oh, I don't think so. Nobody wants to get fined. I don't think anyone's gotten fined yet, but if it keeps happening, there might be a little bit of repercussion there.
Who's going to get, whoa, who's going to fine them? The team?
The organization would.
Oh, come on.
Dude, I got in trouble for doing the water jug after wins. They said we were doing it too much.
Well, you guys turned that around quickly. You stopped winning.
That's not nice of you. You don't even know what year it was. We might have been a very good team.
Sorry.
In the one year that we were. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't love it. How about that? I know you're into it. You love the potty mouth.
I think it's
Lucas Erceg literally slipped up right there. I have no problem with that. If you're starting to do it on purpose, then I think it's stupid.
Yeah, I would agree. The on purpose, but I loved it. Lucas Erceg was amped.
He was amped. Hey, look, they're turning things around.
He might have hit the fully leaded coffee in the clubhouse on that one.
They don't have that anymore, man. This game.
That was great. It really was great. So, I loved every bit of it. I have to read you it. This probably isn't going to come over very good.
Okay.
So for BattleBots, on Saturday, I had to shoot promotional photos after we were done with a round of fighting. But I had done it the previous week with our awesome photographer, Dan. So our producer, Lizzie, just said, hey, listen, Dan needs to take shots of you. And I texted her. I said, I shit stuff with him last weekend, I think. And she goes, what? I said, sorry, fat thumbs. I shot stuff with him last week, not shit.
You're like a child.
I could not look Lizzie in the face the rest of the weekend. I felt so bad about it.
My sister will do this thing with my kids. Olivia doesn't love this, but my sister will take him, and when they're in her car, she says, like, all right, you're allowed to say one bad word.
Really?
And so the first time they did, she's done it like twice now, but the first time she did it, she goes, "You got to go ask Isla what she said." And I'm like, "Oh man." She's like, "Yeah, you better go ask her." And I'm like, "Isla, did you say a bad word in Aunt Paige's card?" She's like, looks at me, she like doesn't know what to say. I'm like, "It's okay. I know you did. What did you say?" She goes, I said the S word, Daddy. And I was like, "How do you know the S word?" And my sister goes, "She said stupid."
Ah, she is too adorable.
I
Oh
was like,
my
"I love you
God.
so much. Don't ever change, please, you little sweetheart."
Exactly. Oh, just freezes right now, please. That's awesome. Good for her. You give her an extra hug from Uncle Chrissy.
I will.
That's adorable. All right, we're back at it again on Tuesday. We're keeping our eye on Joe Ryan, a few other injuries out there. Good series, I think, between the Cubs and Reds, which is going to get going. Got a lot of fun stuff. We can't wait for May 5th. That'll be some good stuff. So for our one-of-a-kind producer, Dan Rourke, the uber-talented and bean-eating Trevor Plouffe, I am Chris Rose. We will see you Tuesday here on Baseball Today, presented to you by T-Mobile.